Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat at welcome po sa isa na namang episode ng online series ni Inang Pamantasan na kung saan ang pagkatuto ay walang hanggan. Ito po ang PNU Talks. Ako po si Beterbo at mas kilala sa tawag na Coach JR, ang inyong learning from home buddy para sa araw na ito. Ako po ay kasalukuyang nagsisilbi bilang Institutional Physical Education and Health Coordinator sa Paaralang de la Salle, Santiago, Suben. Hayaan nyo na sa araw na to, na sa abot ng aking makakaya, ay maibahagi ko sa inyo ang aking mga nalalaman upang makatulong sa inyo sa inyong pagtuturo sa darating na bagong academic year. Ang topic na aking isi-share sa araw na to ay utilizing G Suite as a learning platform in physical education. I've been using Google for the past 5 years, and to be honest, it is really helpful as I deliver different instructions and monitoring the student, as well as evaluating them. So, I have experience to conduct seminar and workshop in different parts of the country. And one thing is common, that they're always telling me that is a problem or a concern for them. Number one is their readiness. Readiness to use, to apply, and to manage using these applications in order for them to teach the subject matter. And it's true. Another, which is really common, and I think last Saturday, as I watched a webinar under Sports Management of the Philippines, access is really a problem. And a lot of comments were given there that access for internet connection is really a problem for them, which is true. And I believe with what's happening to us right now, our government, Department of Education, will really address this concern. Another time, to be honest, if you're gonna venture to this kind of platform in teaching the subject matter, it requires time because you really need to learn at the same time. You need to curate or create learning materials in order for you to give to your students. And above all, which is really difficult at mahirap talaga, which is the resistance. For example, ikaw gusto mong gumamit ng ganitong klaseng mga tech tools. However, some of your co-teachers or let's say students are really resisting to use because of course they have their own personal reason. At this point in time that we are in a global pandemic, this is a perfect opportunity in order for us to maximize the use of G Suite as a tool, a tech tool, in order for us to deliver instructions to our students. And to be honest, this is not new. I would like to share this famous physical education teachers who have been using different application for almost, I think, a decade already. And two of them is Nathan Horn. It's Nathan Horn, and he's the founder of Ep10.com. And he's now based in Canada, but he is an Australian. Another is Jared Robinson. He's the founder of Connected PE and the PE Gig. Both of these physical education teachers are using different tools and sharing their expertise, and even they conduct free webinar to teach fellow PE teachers around the globe, not only PE teachers, but those who are really interested on how to integrate technology in teaching physical education. And to be honest, they are my mentors, or let's say they're the one, and they are an inspiration why I'm venturing this kind of approach right now. Don't worry, because at the end of this session, I will let you join a Google Classroom wherein I will share everything, all the materials, at the same time, all the links and handouts that I get also in the internet in order for you to use it also if it's possible. First, let's go now to the topic. G Suite. What is this? G Suite for Education. It is basically defined as a suite of tools, as a set of tools to empower educators and students as they learn and innovate together. G Suite for Education is really helpful for us PE teachers because not only PE teachers but also even other teachers, because this is a collaboration of tools wherein it is interconnected, integrated with each other to make our life easy as teachers as we use these kinds of application. And later on, we're gonna check some of those. I'm gonna introduce the basics of each of it, Not all, but at least those are really highly needed as we deliver teaching. So G Suite for Education is a set of tools in order for us to use as teachers, wherein it can help us to, of course, make our delivery, monitoring, and evaluation to the students much more easy, especially at this point in time. Why we need to use this? It is already given here in this presentation that G Suite for Education enables us to communicate not only to our students. It can also be used as a platform to communicate to the teachers within the unit, the department, and to the whole organization or the institution. And it collaboration, it says here, because the tech tools are interconnected with each other, and also we can share this to students, so we can get their insight, we can get their feedback regarding a particular topic that we're teaching. This is a opportunity to collaborate within the students, wherein they can give feedback at the same time, submit different outputs, wherein not only a single students working for it, but a group or a pair of students organized, because all of it is just in one platform. You don't need to open this, open that. Just click the 9 buttons, then everything is there. And engagement, because it allows, of course, each and everyone to be actively involved in working for a particular task, or let's say an output. And the greatest thing why we need to grab this opportunity is because it's free, right? Google already announced that G Suite for Education is free. Well, but what's the next question that I might encounter if this that you might ask the coach JR is this question: how are we gonna avail G Suite for Education? I conducted research and I found out from Q Software Research, which is a company also, that there are 3 steps in order for you to avail G Suite for Education for free, right? Let's run through these steps. The first step is that you need to prepare a document, right? What are the documents needed? Of course, the accreditation of your institution or your organization, because Google needs to see if you are already an educational entity. And of course, an authorization letter that allowing Q Software Research to process your application. So that's the very first step. It's a thing that you need to prepare. The second step is that setting up your school's domain. So malamang the others might, you might feel like that, right? However, try to look at this. It is advantageous already, or an advantage, if you already have edu.ph or .com.org. This is the email that you're using in your organization. However, don't feel sad if you don't have, because Q Software Research announced that if you don't have your own domain, they will let you or assist you to use ph.education. This is a free domain that they are giving, or they are allowing organizations to use if they don't have domain, so that you can still use G Suite for Education. All right, so even wala kayong domain, then still pwede pa rin. And the third step is that you need to fill up the Google form. I get this Google form in one of their YouTube videos. Then what you can do is to visit this link. If you're gonna click this link, you will if you click that link, then you are gonna proceed. You're gonna proceed to the form they prepared, and you just need to accomplish that form, and they're gonna process it. But of course, it is better if you communicate with them by sending an email to helpdesk@qsr.com.ph. So teachers, administrators, G Suite for Education is free. Grab the opportunity. So that's a tip that I would like to share to you. Now, let's proceed now to the different applications or the different G Suite tools that we can use. Primarily, of course, in order for you to... by the way, before I proceed to this, let me just tell you that G Suite for Education is best if you will use a domain under an organization. Because as I try to study, if you're gonna use personal email, like the Gmail, for example, jr.beterbo@gmail.com, if you're gonna use that email, what's gonna happen is that you only have a limited limited opportunity or limited tools that you can use. So it's better and be assertive. Try to make a way, coordinate. If you're a teacher, coordinate with your school administrators in order for you to get this opportunity. Now let's proceed now to the different applications. For this part, what I'm gonna do is just to briefly give idea how are you gonna use these applications or what's the work, how it will work. Later on, after I run to this presentation, we're trying to visit some of the applications and see how can it help you. All right. First is this what we call Gmail. Of course, this is the basic, right? Of course, for Gmail, the purpose of Gmail is, of course, for you to send, receive messages, attachments, and so on. You can even see here the different conversations that you've made from the past. So that's why Gmail is important. Primarily, once you use other applications of Google, you will receive in your email notifications. For example, there are some changes in a particular document, you will be notified. So Gmail is really important. And of course, which is very timely, this is what we call the Google Classroom. The Google Classroom is what we call an LMS. LMS stands for Learning Management System. For Google Classroom, the good thing, because it's free, I think there are other LMS, but there are certain limitations of use. But if you're gonna use Google Classroom, I think the features for me, in comparison with the others, is that it's the it's okay. You can already use it and you can deliver quality instruction using this. And later on, we're gonna navigate or you're gonna check the content of Google Classroom and of course the Drive. Do you believe that if you will subscribe for G Suite for Education, you're gonna have an unlimited storage for Drive? Compare if you're gonna just use your personal email. I don't know, I'm not sure, but I think it's around 15 to 30 gigabyte only. But if you're gonna use G Suite for Education, you have free storage, unlimited free storage of files. And here, the Drive will compile all the documents, all the things that you did. And of course, later on, we're gonna check Google Drive. And another, which is for me useful, which what I'm using right now, is the Google Meet, right? Google Meet is integrated now in email. That's why if you have G Suite for Education, if you're gonna check to the left part of your left side of your email, you will see there this icon, and Google Meet is there. What's the purpose of this? Google Meet is a platform wherein you can conduct synchronous or asynchronous session. Synchronous means that if you would like to conduct a conference to your teachers for a meeting in preparation for the coming academic year, then you can use Google Meet. You can also conduct this as a platform if you would like to conduct classes, live sessions with your students. And why asynchronous? Because I use Google Meet now to record this session, and yeah, because it's recorded, I can just send it to the file to Google Classroom, so I can let students watch this during their free time or if they have internet connection. So it's a good thing about Google Meet. Next, G Suites, the different types of tools that you can use. Number one is Google Docs. Ito yung kapatid ng Word, of course, right? But the good thing that I really appreciate about Google Docs is that the capability of this tool in order for you to work in a document in collaboration with other people, students, administrators, and teachers. For example, you're gonna create a plan, but you cannot be together. So in collaboration, what you can do is just to share this, invite them as a collaborator so that they can already put their idea, right? And to be honest, as an administrator now, I'm using Google Docs also to get ideas, and I was able to create an annual report using Google Docs. That's a good thing. Of course, Google Slides. You're all aware of PowerPoint. So this is the counterpart of the PowerPoint, Google Slides. So this presentation that I'm using, it's Google Slides. It's the same thing. The good thing about this is that this is online. Still, collaboration. If you want to work with PowerPoint, you can collaborate with others. And Google Sheets as well. The good thing about Google Sheets is that you can use this like similar to Google. To Microsoft Sheets, right? It is this tool is also helpful because it will give you a report. For example, the next is Google Form. You share the link, you let your students, your co-teachers, fellow employees to answer a particular, have an attendance, so on and so forth. It will all reflect in the sheets. And again, there are other things that you can do since in Google Sheets, there are things that you can do, add-ons, generate something, generate certificates, and so on. And of course, going back to Google Forms, the good thing about this is that this is for those who are conducting research, Google Form is really essential, really important in data gathering. And later on, I will let you see how can we maximize the use of Google Form. Some of other tools that you can use using G Suite for Education, the calendar, of course. If you're in G Suite for Education, you can already see the overview of the activities if of your whole institution, since all of this can be integrated with what's happening or the activity set for the whole institution. Hangouts is like Messenger, right? It has a chat, it has a video, so on. But in comparison to Google Meet, Google Meet has higher functions compared to Hangouts. And last, Keep. If you're attending or you want to take note of something, you can use Keep for note taking and tasks. If you have something to do that you want to be record and you want to be remembered, you wanna list those tasks that you need to do for a particular time, day, weeks, then you can use Google Tasks. So next thing is that let's try to explore some of the applications. The first that I would like, of course, I think Gmail. I don't need to explain further. But the good thing about Gmail, okay, is that here in Gmail, you will see here integrated na yung ating calendar, right? Okay. I click it, then keep pala yung akin. Here, like, ito muna. Sa keep muna tayo. You're gonna check, nandito na. Take a note. What you're gonna do, yan, you're just gonna list seminar for so on. Then you're just gonna put here all your notes and so on. It will be saved. For calendar, okay? For calendar naman, if you would like to see, it's integrated here already in the email, but if you would like to see the bigger picture of the calendar and all the applications that you would like to use for G Suite for Education, it's already here. Nasaan? Nandito lang sa 9 dots na ito. Okay? And you will see here all the applications that you can use. For example, I click calendar. If you click calendar, then there you go. All the activities, all the set activities and things that you need to accomplish are already integrated there. For example, you need to create. How are you going to create? This is just sample. It's logging, right? However, again, this is the calendar, and I think the only way in order for us to be familiarized is by navigating and, of course, studying the content. And to be honest, there are tons of learning materials in YouTube which you can avail in order for you to learn how to use G Suite for Education. Okay, and going back, let's try to check Google Classroom. All right, here for Google Classroom, okay, for example, this group that I created for my unit, okay, you will see here, if you click this one, you will see here the groups I created, the classrooms, and of course, stream, parang Facebook lang din. Ayan, yan yung mga pinopost natin, and the students in your class will see all of those posts. Now, if you're an administrator, you can create. Administrator, I mean you're the teacher. Assignment, you can create an assignment. If you're gonna create an assignment, of course, basically what you need to do is, of course, put the title, instructions that you would like to include. Then, of course, add. What do you want to add? Is it a file in your drive? Okay, a file. or upload a file, or you want to share a link, a file, or of course YouTube. Remember that YouTube is also part of G Suite for Education. That's why, for example, I put here JR Beterbo. Okay. All the videos that I curated or I created, for example, backend drive, front view. Okay. Just click and add. Okay. That's it. It's there already. So, for example, the assignment is to analyze. Now, ito yung mga innovations sa Google Classroom. Before kasi, per classroom ang pagpo-post. But the good thing for the past 2 years ata ay hindi ka na mahihirapan because you can just click here. Then, this message that you're creating, this assignment you're creating for this particular section will also be seen in the other classrooms that you created. Okay? Don't forget, okay? If, for example, you just want the assignment to be given for a particular student, you just click one student like that. One student like that, so rather. Then, of course, sometimes you can put points. How many points you would like? Do you want them to receive? Or it's just an ungraded. It's just a preparatory or a flip activity. Rather. Okay, due date, you can put here, date, and so on, topic. And a good thing also, you can put a rubric. For example, you want your students to prepare in advance for a particular skill, activity, or task that they're gonna do in your PE class. So what you can do is just to put the rubric. Gone are the days when what we're doing is that we don't tell it to the students. For me as a teacher, it is really important that we give students idea how they will be evaluated. That's why, yeah, you can put the rubric on this part. Okay, what else can we do for Google Classroom? Let's see. Okay, people. You will see where the people included in this section, right? And of course, grades. I have other groups. I have other classes created, but because since this is new, wala pa naka-stipulate. But the good thing about this is that this is just, you can already have a view or a summary of the submissions that the students did. For example, magre-reflect dito if it's missing, the score, and so on, which is good thing. All right? And if you would like to adjust some settings, nandito yan, makikita. Class details, so on. And you need to activate also Google Meet because Google Meet is already integrated in Google Classroom. So what you can do is to switch this so that this will be integrated for your Google Classroom. Okay, so that's it for Google Classroom. What? Google Drive naman tayo. Let's go to Google Drive. For Google Drive, like what I told you rather, if you avail Use It for Education, it is really a blessing to have unlimited storage, right? And because of that, like this, I've been using this for about, I think, since 2013, 2014. That's why I already have here my files. So basically, yeah, how are you gonna navigate? New, you just want to create a folder, sports, for example. Then, okay, the folder will be there, right? And of course, sharing options. For example, you would like to share this folder. You just do right click, okay? And you will see here, share button. How are you gonna share? Yan, ito yung mga options natin. If you click can organize and edit, ibig sabihin, the one who will receive this will have a full access. But if you would like just for the person just to view, the student or the fellow teacher just to view, then makikita niya lang yung pinaka nangyari doon sa or mga files na nandun sa documents na yun. Alright, and also aside from your personal drive, you have shared drive. For example, here, you have shared drive for my unit, wherein this drive is in collaboration with different teachers or members of the unit. That basically, in order for you to understand better the application, what I'm saying is just a part, small part, and there are so many things that you can do to maximize the use of this G Suite tool. All right. So we're done with Drive. So for Google Meet, yeah, for Google Meet, okay. I'm using now this. I'm now in this tab of Google Meet. We're in yeah. Basic navigation is that, yeah, if you're presenting, just click that. Here's some settings that you need to check on. And again, you can only, I believe that you can only access this tool if you have G Suite for Education access. Because like what I told, obviously, you have limited opportunity to use different applications if you're just using your personal Gmail account. Okay, what else? So maybe we can jump here, Google Docs. So how are we gonna go to Google Docs? So basically, what you can do is that to click your email, then the nine dots, tingnan mo dito yung here, Docs. Okay, for example, I'm gonna create Docs. The good thing also is that there are documents pre-created already, like for essay, reports, book report, class note. For example, I'm just gonna create a new one, an entitled here. You can put here the title of the document, write you would like. Okay, if you would like here in this item, you wanna make a copy. Yeah, the good thing pala of the G Suite tools like for docs, sheets, and PowerPoint, you can make a copy of that. Right? For example, that presentation is made by uh, by a fellow teacher. Then the teacher allowed you to use it also, and you want to make some revision. Then what you can do is just to make a copy of it so that you can create your own version of that material. All right, so it's like the same as MS Word. These are the buttons that you can use. And of course, sharing, ganun din naman. It's the same thing. Okay? Yeah, wala pa kasi name. Yeah, for example, we are, yeah, save. Okay? And there, the sharing option. And the good thing about these documents, everybody, is that you can also share it via link. All right? Okay? And for the link, of course, there are so many options that you can, if you're gonna share this document to people outside your organization, you need to click more, right? Because there are additional options that you can use. Okay. Yeah. Next is, I think, let's try to check Google Slides. Google Slides. Okay. Well, I think most of you teacher, you're using your computer now, and you have some sort of experience using PowerPoint presentation. For Apple, Keynote. Ito naman, sa Google, use Google Slides. So it's the same thing. Actually, I'm using Google Slide for certificate creation. Ginagamit ko siya so that I can generate certificate to sometimes students for achieving a particular skill or achievement in the class. Also, when I conduct some seminars, I create this. And that is a good thing about this webinar session because at the end of this, I created a certificate which you can generate. Dadating yan sa email na lang ninyo. Basta i-accomplish nyo lang yung Google form. Yan. So, yeah, the slides. Yeah. So, for example, let me just open this slide. Yan. I have only for view access. It's the same thing. When you have if because sometimes when the one who curated the learning material set only view only, of course you need to request an access, and that's okay. Yan. So PowerPoint, it's the same thing. Some features, yan, yung mga features niya. Maybe I can open another one for slides. Okay. Here for slides. Well, I'll just open this slide. So here, okay. So yeah, the file, yeah. If you here some of the options that you can even use, move, I'll shortcut the drive, share. Yes, the same thing, almost the same thing, but you just need to start here add-ons. What I'm using is in my add-ons because this is my organizational Gmail account. That's why it doesn't have this. But if you're gonna check this account, my personal account, I have there Certifyem. a tool also we're in creating rather a certificate. Okay. I think we can move to Google Forms. By the way, let me just share to you that this is the form of Software Research Corporation. So if you click the link, if you're gonna visit the link that I shared I shared to you a while ago, then you will have this. If you really would like to avail this research for education uh, tools, no? Yan. So for uh, for Google Forms, okay. Again, if you would like to create your own form, what you're gonna do is that to click these 9 buttons, then you will see there the Google form, right? Okay, good thing here. There are some some pre-made like assessment, exit tickets. What's the use? For me, for the past years as a PE teachers, Google Forms has been really helpful to me as a teacher. Entrance tickets. For example, I uh, I I provided a flip learning material so that students will have a prior knowledge before attending my class. So what I'm gonna do is create a Google form, create it using Google form, because it will be easier knowing that we only have very limited time in teaching physical education as well as MAPE subject. So this is really very helpful. Just for example, I would like to share this material. This is a table tennis tactical skills Google form that I created. By the way, shout out to all my table tennis, former table tennis athletes. I'm serving as the head coach of the table tennis of LaSalle Sobel. So shout out sa inyo. UAAP 2015 champion. I'm so proud of you guys. So going back here, so what I did here is that here I put here they need to put their name, their section, and of course, tayo naman mga teacher, we're very creative. That's why in order to maximize things, I already inserted here the motivation. So I put here a poster and I would like them to ponder in this so that before this will be the starting platform for me as I start my session with them. And for you teachers, look at this. If you're gonna check, makikita nyo, proper preparation prevents poor performance. That's why, for me, it is this, may iba lang ako konti, this quote is really helpful for all of us. Because in order for us to be victorious, to survive this battlefield that we're gonna have for the coming academic year, knowing the situation, it is better and the good thing that you're watching right now because at least you're investing for yourself to learn something new which you can really use. Going back here, this is what I did. So in the section 2, what I want them to do is, for example, to deliver cross-table tennis stops and serve, what are the things that the servers must consider? So what they're gonna do is they're gonna watch this video, right? So, and after watching, what they're gonna do is to give their insight. Yan. So, paano ko siya ginawa? So, paano mo siya ginawa is that you will see this item. Excuse me. Now, how are you gonna do this? Of course, if you are already in the Google form, meron ka nito. And paano ko in-insert yung video is that I click this add video. Okay? Ang ginawa ko, naglagay na ako ng video ko sa YouTube, or if you can perform, you can film yourself performing the skill. What you can do is that get a video in YouTube which you think na possible. But be careful, PE teachers, when you get a particular video containing a skill, it is better that you don't get the entire video because sometimes wala nga data yung mga bata, unti lang yung data nila, and of course, nakaka-boring din sa mga students natin if we're gonna let them see a full lengthy video knowing na not all the content are needed for the skill that we want to teach them. So you can use other application outside Google to shorten those video para mas madali nilang, kasi for me, what I'm doing is that what they need is that yun lang yung binibigay ko sa kanila. For example, this one, search. Yan. So, yun yung mga video ni Coach Jer. For example, itong curl up. Kanya, nakalagay na doon, table tennis. Bigyan ko lang yung sample, paano ako naglagay. So yung curl up, yan. So yung curl up, nandiyan na yung instructional material, then nandiyan na. So what you're gonna do is that, watch the video and analyze. For questioning naman, mas madali lang yan. Kasi if we want to create a process question, what we're gonna do is that, ano bang kailangan mo? Short answer? Or you want them to explain? You want it multiple choice? It is possible. Or you want them check boxes, drop down, menu, so on and so forth. You just need to explore. Kaya natin yan, mga kaduan. Okay? Pwede rin photos. Photos is also important. But of course, you need to set some of the settings in your Google form. Like for example, kanino mo lang ba ito gustong i-share, how it will be presented. You want it the way you made it, or you want it in alternate, and so on. Or if you would like, also pwede natin gawing formative material ang Google form for as an formative assessment to validate, to check if they attain, they learn something. So, yan. Okay? So, yan. Basically, yan po ang paggamit ng ating Google form. Okay? And of course, yung iba na nailagay ko dito, like for example, yung ating for calendar, kanina naman, na-explain ko na, Keep and Hangout. Siguro bisitahin lang natin yung Hangouts. Yan. So may mga chat, nakita nyo na. Anyway, ito ang interface ng Hangouts wherein you can chat. Actually, in De La Salle Santiago Zubel, we use Hangouts as our platform for communicating with each other, especially pag hindi kami magkakasama. Ano bang nagiging benefit ng paggamit nito? If lahat naman connected sa data nila sa internet in respective institution, hindi na kailangan mag-text. Of course, pwede na kagad katulad ng Messenger, Viber. Ito na, at least, it is under your organization. Nasa isang organization, ito yung pwede nyong gamitin. Okay? And so on. By the way, teachers, what I shared to you is just a very part of what you can learn for this session. If you would really like to explore, would like to learn, like what I mentioned, there are a lot of materials available. Just need to invest. If you can just invest 5 to 10 minutes of your time every single day, you will really learn. And to be honest, that's what I did. And the most important, before you use any G Suite tools, it is really important that you study. You study this application so that whatever happens, you know how to navigate. And of course, we cannot say that we are always perfect. Well, in case you face some difficulties, ayun nga, I think makakatulong talaga sa atin if we're gonna study this. Okay? And above all, wag yung iisipin din na at the very first take of using, for example, learning material using a Google form is instantly perfect na lahat. I've been there, and I did a lot of mistakes, and I learned from it. That's a good thing about it, is matututo talaga tayo. Add-ons ko na lang sa inyo is that I would like to inform everybody that Google also provides certifications. I myself, I'm currently level 1 certified educator. Ito po yung pinaka-basic or unang stage if you would like to venture. The good thing about Google certification is that you can include this as part of your profile, your resume, and they will provide, if you pass, they will provide a certificate. At the same time, you will have a badge. And I dream also to, one of these days, I'm gonna take my level 2 GC. So shout out to my coach, which is our speaker yesterday, Sir Jolan Torres. Okay. Also, in order for me to help you further, because this is the mission that I'm doing right now, I was inspired when I'm invited in the International MAPE conference sponsored by CHRDF. I was able to build a small community, and I would like everybody to join this Google Classroom that I created, One Filipinas, we said classroom code. It's not that it's not a classroom wherein I will require you to do this, to do that. No, it's not. It's just a classroom I created so that I can share. I have a platform. I have a management system on how we're gonna share different materials, resources, handouts, and of course webinars. Mga free para din makatulong sa mga PE teachers at even not PE teachers dito sa ating bansa. So don't forget, ito yung code na create ko. You can join for free, of course, free this classroom. And last, because I love you all, I have here a certificate of attendance. So what you're gonna do is that to visit this link. This is a Google form. You just need to answer the needed there. It's just your name and your email. Then it will generate a certificate for you. I am very happy that PNU invited me to give this talk. I know this talk is not enough for to cover everything, but on a final note, we can only learn if we want and we invest time. And I believe that teachers are resourceful. Teachers will do everything. Let us not limit ourselves with the certainties that we have right now, but let's look and be optimistic that we can do something, not only for ourselves, for our students, and for the entire education system of our country. Bago ako magtapos, pinapaalalahanan ko lang po ang lahat na i-comment ang inyong mga katanungan at mga kuro-kuro tungkol sa ating episode sa araw na ito. At huwag kalimutan i-like, share, and ang episode natin at mga magiging episode at naging episode pa natin. Sa muli, maraming salamat. Ako'y masayang-masaya nakapagbahagi ako sa inyo sa araw na to. Naway may natutunan kayo at muli, kita-kita tayo kung saan man. At ito si Coach JR from De La Salle, Santiago Subel at ingat po kayong lahat. Maraming salamat. Muli, ito ang PNU Talks.